This week, we're going to be looking at some core foundations for your healing if you're grieving. It's going to be highly practical, and we're going to share a few tips along the way that can help you with your progress towards a deeper and more fulfilling life after loss. So stick around. Welcome back to the Good Grief Couch. My name is Ryan. This is my beautiful wife, Kaylee.
Hey, everyone.
I don't know if it feels like it's been a long time or a little time since we've been sitting here.
Oh, I feel like it's a long time.
Right.
But, you know, that's what mum brain and grief brain and all sorts of stuff does. Mixes up your daily rhythm and your... What day is it today?
Well, that's what happened to me last week. We literally hopped on a call. We held our Introduction to Processing Grief workshop. Yes. And then we hopped off the back of that onto a call with our Good Grief Club members. It was a welcome call, actually, to our club. And
you're like, quick, we've got this other call. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I just got to get the baby sorted. And what? I'm like, oh, I thought that was tomorrow.
And only three ladies showed up. And so we're going through this call, and I'm like 41 minutes in, and we're talking and we're sharing stories about our loved ones, and we're hearing from, these women. And then Jenny was like, Ryan, I thought this call was tomorrow. I'm like, well, what do you mean?
And I was like, yeah, me too.
But you didn't say anything to me.
Yeah, because I thought you'd like scheduled another one because there was too many on the tomorrow's one or something. No. And so I was like, I wasn't going to question you. I'm like, there's women here, so why would I question that?
We're just serving our hearts out. And I'm like, where are all the rest of the women that RSVP'd for this call? There was like so many joining us. And so anyway, we had a good laugh, and I just think like everyone was laughing at me, not with me, and it was beautiful.
Yeah. I think that same day I actually tried to make a coffee and poured cold water into my plunger, thinking I'd boiled the kettle.
So you'd filled the kettle up?
I filled the kettle,
thought that you
put it on
the
base, and just didn't press the button. I went upstairs, told you something, came back down, thought the kettle's boiled by now, and just poured it straight into my plunger. And I was like, no, that's not a good thing. I've never done that before.
Yeah, and I've never done my thing before. So we're still learning.
Go us.
We have not got it together, everyone.
I hope this makes you feel normal and understood.
Yeah. And I don't know, I think I'm at a point where we might say grief brain, but we're 13 years forward in the future than we were 13 years ago. And you got mum brain.
I got mum brain for sure. I don't think I can claim grief brain.
And anymore. I don't know if dad brain's a thing anymore after like the first 6 weeks of a newborn.
Yeah.
So I got no excuse. I'll just put it that way.
Let's call it age.
Yeah. That's why we had to get rid of these greys this week. Shout out to my new hairdresser.
That'd be me.
I'm currently dating her.
Long term
with a couple of rings and bags under our eyes. Anyway. Well, we want to reveal in this conversation, we want to actually reveal two things that y'all don't know about us, even if you've been listening to us from the very start, which was
even if
90 something episodes ago, and you've been on this journey the whole time, you don't know these things about us.
Yeah, I don't think we've mentioned these things.
And if you're new, well, welcome.
Well, yes, very welcome.
And you're not going to know these things, but you're in the right place because it's going to be a phenomenal conversation.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about foundations for healing, and we're actually going to share... No, I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
First, we should wind back the clock.
Yep. Let's do it.
How should we wind it back?
Or I think you said about maybe like a decade ago. So that starts with...
Was that 2015?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I just don't even know where. There's so much.
That was my rewind sound.
Thank you for the rewind sound. I just always find it funny. It's like when we share, when we're meeting people or just getting to know people, building a relationship, and we're having dinner or coffee, and we just share, and we hear their story, they hear our story. Often they're like, "Man, you guys have it's like we've done so many random things that have helped us become." Who we are and who we're becoming.
Where we are today.
Okay, I'll just say 10 years ago, I was just coming out of a long-term relationship with 4 other guys in my band.
I was like, hang on a second.
Okay.
You got me.
We were in a metal band and we were, touring the world and writing music and playing shows for kids, and it was a beautiful time. And I was, I'd had businesses through that time and so forth. I'd had a graphic design business and sort of had this following in graphic design where people were asking me how I'd, grown my graphic design agency, so to speak. I hired the guys in my band. It was such a cool time. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole, but you can imagine us in this tour van with our laptops open, all creating design files and emailing clients around the world before we got to a show. It was crazy. When that season wrapped up, I started to put together a course for helping graphic designers, start to get some clients in and, charge some money for what they're worth, because I don't think graphic designers get paid well enough. And so that really started in 2016, 2017. I put together my first course online and, had hundreds of graphic designers all around the world. And I got to go over to America when I did a speaking and design tour and, conferences and had a bunch of fun. And it was really cool to see the growth that these guys and girls got out of design. And many of them I'm still connected with and friends with. But that season changed.
Yeah.
And it was around 2019 that I thought, well, more than just graphic design, I want to help people in the coaching space, because I think it's just such a phenomenal space that, personal development, spiritual development, business development. And so then I built a course around helping coaches. And, I was doing that shortly before you and I met.
Yeah.
And 6 months after I met, I was like, you got to come and jump in on this and work with me. I need your help and your skill set. And that's sort of what we have built over the last sort of 5-6 years together.
Yeah.
From day one, just about.
Yep.
And that was a really incredible time. It took us all over the world. We were able to hold retreats with ladies our first one was Thailand.
Thailand in 2022.
That was really impactful. Fun and impact. It was both.
I literally was cutting your hair in our apron that we got from that 5-star hotel.
Totally.
We did the Thai
we did a cooking experience.
Yeah.
And then that was 2022. 2023 we came back. We held a retreat here,
a local
on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
With all of the wonderful women that came and joined us around the country. And then the next year we flew to Hawaii and we held
No, wasn't it that year?
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
23. Yeah, mid-23.
Then we went to Hawaii and in Oahu. In Waikiki.
Yes.
Yeah, from this beautiful penthouse there. We had a bunch of ladies fly from all over the States and Australia to be there with us. And we had post-it notes all over the glass and we had whiteboards and, so much fun.
Yeah, we had excursions and we went to the
Jurassic
Kualoa.
Park.
Kualoa, that's how you say it.
Kualoa Park.
Kualoa Ranch. Yeah, where Jurassic Park was filmed and we did e-bikes through that.
Thank God no one fell off.
Oh, yeah.
They were powerful, but no one fell off.
You almost did.
Yeah, totally.
While we were practicing.
Because I pushed the limits on everything I do.
Anyway, so we've been doing some cool things and we've been to some cool places with our past journey, which has led us to here.
Yeah. And so over the last 2 years since God gave us the vision for Good Grief, we've been walking this journey now with literally over in our community now, worldwide, there's over 130,000 women.
That's wild.
God's just opened up so much, and we're so humbled by that continually.
Yeah.
And challenged by that because it's a weighty burden. And over the last year, since we opened our Good Grief Club, we've walked with hundreds of women through the highs and lows that come on this journey. Man, and it's just been powerful. Even in 2025 alone, over 7,000 women have registered for our Introduction to Processing Grief workshop. Which
that's crazy.
I can't do the math on that.
You said this year alone.
This year. So if we're start of July now, 6 months that's over 1,000 women a month.
Oh, yeah.
Which is heartbreaking and also encouraging that when we were going through the early throes of our grief, there was not support in the way that we're building it now, because we're building it the way we wish we could have had it.
Yeah, there was not awareness like there is now, and there was not things that we're aware of like we're doing now, or like there is available out there.
Like even podcasts in 2012, 13, when we lost parents, podcasts weren't a big thing at all.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoin was like 50 cents. Like just as a reference point for everybody. I don't know. That's not accurate, but something wild crazy. Like that. Yeah. And so in 12, 13 years, like the world's developed, but in the last 1-2 years in our Good Grief family, we've been radically developing things to make sure that we can support, uphold, encourage, love on as many of our family as possible in the space.
And we've got a bunch of key women who are also have been with us for about a year who are helping us do this too.
Totally.
Like it's a team effort. It's not just Ryan and Kaylee. We're taking people on this journey and they're helping us build this.
Yeah. And we're feedback hungry. We're like, we've got this, beautiful WhatsApp chat with some of these core ladies that have been with us now over a year, and we're just like, hey, what do you think about this? Would this help?
Be honest. Does this resonate? Does this language land with you?
It's been so cool.
Yeah. And what words would you use? Yeah.
And I think just, we've talked about, we talk about a lot how refreshing raw truth is and like raw honesty is, and it's been one of the keys to us, I guess, building some really supportive tools and resources.
And these women feel like family to us now. We haven't even met them. Like that's how strong our connection has grown with these women over this last year. And like you said, we've been through highs and lows, but I definitely think that now the highs are outweighing the lows. Like what these women are telling us that they've come through and, like I want to say remastered in their brain, or like rewired, and the aha moments they're having and the purpose they're feeling, and
all of that in the middle of mess still. Like it's just so not. Like we say this on our workshop so often, that healing doesn't wait for life to slow down.
That's right.
It just doesn't.
Yeah. And it's also, your healing is not walking through a doorway and closing it behind you. It's more like a hallway.
That's good.
And there's still things that will be on the wall, around you.
And rooms that we need to enter.
Yeah.
And exit. Totally.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I guess, we're sort of
all this to say.
We're a bit reminiscent. But it's probably like a real moment of gratitude. And like, we probably don't celebrate some of the journey like this, at least on our podcast enough.
Yeah. Yeah, we've tried to let you guys in on, certain things that have happened and what some of the women are saying about certain things in certain weeks. But
that's a great segue. We should let them in on some more things.
We should.
Yeah. If you're wondering where this is going. And so
our women always have great things to say.
Yeah. And so I guess over the last 12 months of opening what we call the Good Grief Club as a membership for finding expert workshops and tools and resources and community and coping mechanisms. We've been able to partner with all sorts of therapists and faith mentors and people like sleep experts, brain experts, like you name it. They've come into our space to share with our members, and it's been really powerful.
Yeah.
But I guess for like the rest of the world that aren't on the inside, it's hard to know what goes on and see how valuable it is.
Yes.
And I guess one of the things probably, like if we're being completely honest, to grapple with, especially when you're going through grief, is a membership, like when I'm trying to deal with so much. And so
Yeah, that doesn't resonate with everybody.
Totally. And so we started to put it out, like what would support you? What would be most helpful? And behind the scenes, for some time now, we've been building something that we do want to reveal on this episode into your ears.
Yes.
And
because we're excited and we can't keep it.
So we're excited, and so many others are as well.
Yeah.
And we've built a 12-week short course called Foundations, which is a guided pathway to help get you out of suffocating level and surviving in our grief transformation model towards a place of stability where you've got less overwhelm, where you feel less alone, and you begin sleeping better so that you can heal better.
Yeah. And if you're wondering what this model is we're talking about, we did go over it a few episodes ago. So
you can look up our grief transformation model.
Yes.
But that's after taking thousands and thousands of women through the model and them feeding back to us, wow, I've never been able to put words to my grief and attach simple action steps that I can now follow to move forward.
Yeah.
And so we've built this short course with that model at the core so that every week, every theme, every lesson is designed specifically to help you with the three core areas of, bettering or like a positive mind, reconnecting your spirit, and then also taking care of your body as well, nourishing your body.
Yeah.
So the reason why you're only hearing about it now for the first time is because we sort of put the word out quietly to our community on the inside.
Yeah, our inside members.
Yeah. And all the spots just filled up. They were gone. So literally as of tomorrow, when, if you're listening to this, the day it came out, tomorrow, we're kicking off our foundations, our first foundations cohort with, I think, there's 40 women.
I think so.
That are ready to go. Like no more spots. We're going to be walking closely with them. And the things
the buzz?
The buzz. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. The buzz is, it's buzzing. Like these women are sending us messages like, I'm in, I've joined, I'm excited, I've connected with this person, I got to meet this person. And
it's strange to hear someone say woohoo, like when they join a grief course.
And to say, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So yeah, there's a lot of anticipation building with these women, and some of them, many of them have already been connecting, and it's so beautiful to see, and we just can't wait to get all the other ones who have come from outside of our membership to come and get them to connect and start progressing through their healing. I'm very excited. So tell us, what do you got there?
Yeah, I just brought up because like those who have joined, we just said to answer one question. Now that you've joined, let us know what you're most looking forward to in joining Foundations. And so I thought I'd just read some of these because, better their words than our words, And I want to shout out some of these wonderful ladies as well, because it's not easy taking that step of saying, I need help and I want help. But this is it. So Jennifer said, I'm looking forward to further direction as I continue walking this difficult journey of grief, to bless and to be blessed by other women who will be sharing the road and the personal and spiritual growth that I hope will come from it. Yeah. Alison said, I will never get over the death of my husband, but I want to grieve, heal, and keep moving forward in a healthy way. It's reassuring that what I'm experiencing is normal and I am not alone on this journey. New friends is an exciting bonus.
Wow.
I love that. Barb said, I'm looking forward to learning more about the grieving journey, and I'm excited about what God has in store for me for my spiritual journey too. Notice that, two of these ladies already mentioning that they're excited. Super powerful.
And I think both of these women, maybe even all three of them, are literally months into this journey.
Yes, you're right. Barb said here, looking forward to having a healthy way to move forward and seeing what the Lord has for me. I also want to honor my husband in the way I move forward and into this new chapter.
That's amazing.
Lynette then jumped onto Barb's comment and was like, your response is exactly how I feel as well, and hope to move forward in a healthy way and honor my husband in doing so. I know he would want that for me, and I'm truly sorry for your loss. So you can already see like the connection and the encouragement back and forth, and the short course hasn't even started. It's like, what? So we're really excited for this. It's been hard to sleep. It's been like 15-hour days recently. We're getting the pieces together. This is
we're
really
doing all the things,
and we're excited. Like, I mean, we're not going to run through the 12-week themes, but like some of them, the second week alone is called sleeping soundly. And part of like a core function of what the course is going to do is to help build some sleep rhythms back in. So not only do you get a quantity, but a quality of sleep, so you can start healing.
So good. And then what else are we working on? We've got a bunch of other experts that have been on our podcast already, haven't we?
Yeah, totally. So, for example, like our first or our second week sleeping soundly, we've got Dr. Gina Cleo teaching a lesson.
Yep.
And she's a brain expert. You can actually go back to episode 17 of our podcast and listen
17's
to
my number.
Listen to her episode on the brain, and there's some habit forming methods that she shares in there that will help with sleep and other things.
Yeah, brilliant.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, she does like little bite-sized chunks that she talks through on the episode, so you'll get lots out of that. Who else?
Well, we're not going to go through all of them, but one of the themes is called releasing emotions.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got the amazing Megan Reardon-Jarvis. She's jumped on our podcast twice
now.
Yeah, episode 58 and 74. So when you're thinking about emotions and how to think through them, process them, and release them, those episodes will be great for you as well.
Amazing.
But yeah, she speaks to that inside of Foundations.
Yeah, so well. The ladies have loved her workshop that she did inside as well. So powerful.
I might just share two more. What do you reckon?
Okay.
Nourishing your body is another theme that we focus on inside of Foundations, and our dear friend from Northern California, Elizabeth Duskalov, she is a nutritionist.
Yes.
And she's been on the podcast on episode 36, and so you can go and listen to that. But inside Foundations, she's sharing small ways of nourishing your body, because I didn't know this, that the food that we fuel ourselves with can actually help our brain process emotions better. I mean, it sounds so obvious when you say it, but I think the simple things are the most important things.
Yeah.
And often we will say like
sleep, water, food, moving. Yeah.
And we'll often say, small hinges swing big doors. And when it comes to grief, the smallest thing that we may have overlooked can really help us.
Yeah. And who's the last one?
We've got one of our themes called Reconnecting to Faith and Hope. And, even on this couch, we had our dear friend and faith mentor, Dennis Perry, come on episode 36, talking about and answering the question, where is God in my grief? And so
it's huge.
Really deep stuff.
Yeah.
But we have organized all of these small routines and shifts inside of Foundations so that we're literally calling it anti-overwhelm.
Yes.
Because grief is complete overwhelm.
100%. And we've also made a special progress tracker so that all the ladies who come and join Foundations, they get this tracker so that, again, less overwhelmed. They can just tick something off and they can see the progress they're making and celebrate small wins as they go. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I'm really excited for that.
I'm really excited for that.
You've had fun designing it all, and
totally.
We've had fun collaborating. And
it's like my life 10 years ago has come back into fruition again.
Yeah.
They're graphic designing now. We put a lot of love into this, and just to see the anticipation of these ladies is like, man, my heart's about to burst, and they haven't even started the course yet.
I know.
So it's going to be like waking up on your birthday when you're like a kid. You're like, today's my birthday.
I know. Each other message I get where they're saying, I'm excited, I've joined. My heart is just like glowing because with warm fuzzies, I just know that they're going to make these amazing connections and have these beautiful moments and beautiful wins, and I just can't wait to get into it.
Totally. So if you didn't take note of those episodes and you want to listen to those episodes with some of our experts, I'm going to share them with you one more time. And then you might have another question. You're like, Ryan, Kaylee, don't tell me about the episodes. Tell me about how I get into foundations. And we'll share that with you as well. But if you want to listen to Dr. Gina Cleo, our brain expert and friend, she literally lives like a few kilometers away from us. We're so blessed. Episode 17. It's a 2-part episode. If you want to listen to releasing emotions and processing that with a psychotherapist, our friend Megan Reardon-Jarvis is the one to listen to. That's episode 58 and 74. If you want things to do with nutrition in your body, episode 36. And then I've got episode 36 here twice. So somewhere around the 30s, you're going to find Where is God in My Grief? And that's with Dennis Perry. So
you can also just search Dennis Perry and you'll find it.
Totally.
So, or Elizabeth. One of them's wrong. So.
That's for all the crew going like, all right, give me the episodes and I'll go back and listen to those.
Yeah.
But
I'll see if these people are interesting and then.
But for those, if you want access to foundations, spots are full.
They are full this cohort right now. I'm sorry.
We're not sure when we'll officially open registrations again.
Yeah. We want to, nut things out and give these women our time and our attention. But we think we're going to open a wait list so that you guys can jump on, and then we'll keep you posted and updated for when we open it again.
Yeah, so the link is going to be below this episode, wherever you're listening or watching. Pop your name and email into that so that we can notify you, and you'll get first in best dressed opportunity to join our next foundations.
Yeah.
So do that. Enjoy.
Yes.
That's about all I got.
Yep. Have a good day, night, morning, walk, whatever you're doing. And big love from us.
Be blessed. We're praying for you.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Ciao.